Kim K explains her theory on how the robbers found her.
The Weeknd calls out Selena for stealing his sweatshirt.
And Justin swears at the paparazzi with a hilarious Aussie accent.
All that and more on today's rundown. Katy Perry's teasing a brand new song called Deja Vu.
Ooh, I can't wait to get into that, but first, is Taylor Swift creating her own Spotify?
What?
She's reportedly creating her own streaming competitor. TMZ is reporting that Taylor Swift is completely done fighting Spotify. Taylor has filed docs to start her own music streaming service. The documents give her the right to brand a website, quote, featuring non-downloadable multimedia content in the nature of audio recordings. She wants to call the site Swifties. Remember in 2014, Taylor feuded with Spotify over her royalties and ended up pulling her entire catalog of songs from the streaming service. But the docs show Taylor is going beyond a streaming service and also including a line of music products, including guitars, a clothing line, educational camps, and self-guided online courses. That's genius, if you tell me.
So I was looking into it, and she went out as far as to actually getting the licenses for these businesses. So if she does something with those licenses, it's still TBD. We don't know if she's actually going to go through with creating a competitor to Spotify, but she's just being a smart businesswoman for if down the line she wants to do so.
So smart. Think about it. Who wouldn't want to take a course from Taylor Swift online to learn how to play the guitar with a maybe signed guitar by Taylor Swift or branded Taylor Swift guitar? I don't know, we'll have to wait and see, but I think this is absolutely genius.
I do too, except don't come for Spotify, Taylor. All right, Vivian, Katy Perry is teasing yet another song, and we think it's going to be titled Deja Vu. But it seems as though the sun may have gone down for this California
What
girl.
the heck?
You know, well, no, you know, California girl. And this song's a little bit darker, following in the theme of Chained to the Rhythm. Katy Perry's fourth album, dubbed KP4, is slowly coming to life. Monday night, Katy shared a snippet of a new track on her Instagram story, seemingly titled Deja Vu, and it might be the dimmest sound we have ever heard from the pop star.
'Cause every day's the same definition of insane. I think we're running on a loop. Deja vu.
As you just witnessed, Katy sings in the clip, "'Cause every day's the same definition of insane. I think we're running on a loop. Deja vu." The dark track continues her thought-provoking theme from Chained to the Rhythm, like I said, encouraging us all to stay woke. Katy's new album still has no official release date or name, and we're sorry to report that the album is not coming anytime soon. The singer recently told Capital FM Radio, quote, "I think we are digesting things in bite-sized these days, and that's what we can handle. We, only read headlines." So while Katy admitted that the album isn't coming anytime soon, she has said that she has plenty of material because she's written reportedly over 40 songs for the album.
I do agree that we love to digest things little by little, and we live in an era of teases here and teases there, and I'm just release the damn thing. I was really hoping for a summer album, but I guess I'm not gonna get that.
I mean, a lot of artists are actually doing this right now, where they just release track after track that can go on the radio to get a lot of play rather than an album. And I think Katy has a point, because we do digest headlines right now. For me, I'm guilty because I'll go on the internet, on Twitter, I just see headlines, I'm like, oh my gosh,
headlines
that's true.
Snippets, we're on the go all the time, and I feel like that's what we do.
I never actually click on the story and digest all the information, so I think this is smart, although I would like a full album from her.
And I hope you guys do watch the full episode. But anyway, we're so excited for her new album. And speaking of digesting things little by little, I feel like I have officially digested the Abelina, what's the couple? Abelina, Selena Gomez and the Weeknd relationship. It definitely is officially official. I mean, it's been, but I feel like I just didn't accept it.
It sunk in finally?
It finally sunk in.
It is an odd couple.
I mean, you know what? They're growing on me, okay? And Selena has definitely been cute. She posted this photo on Instagram last week where she's dressed in a red hoodie, posing in the recording studio, and it turns out that it was the Weeknd's Supreme X Champion sweatshirt. So he commented, you know that little emoji that's looking up, caught. So now we know whose sweater that was.
Interesting.
Like if it wasn't obvious
Well, she's
enough.
no stranger to wearing her boyfriend's
I know.
clothes. I mean, she does this all the time, and I think that's something that all people in relationships do. You kind of just take, like, you probably take clothing from your
course I
other
do.
person, right? Why not?
And you know what? That whole like sweater with like no pants under is the trend. So I don't know, but again, they're finally growing on me and they're super adorable.
Apparently, Kim Kardashian is blaming Snapchat for her Parisian robbery.
Barely.
Keeping Up with the Kardashians has released a new promo for Sunday's explosive episode featuring Kim's tragic Paris robbery. In the clip, Kim describes to her sisters Khloe and Kourt her theory on how the robbery was set up and how she thinks the robbers stalked her the entire time in Paris.
So if you wait across the street,
obviously
you can
watching.
see the lights on because we're the first floor. So they must have been told we were the first floor.
They were definitely watching you
They
guys.
definitely were watching. So I turned the lights off and went upstairs. What I think happened now, after like thinking about it so much, is that there was probably a group of guys that were following us the entire trip.
Kim also admits social media, specifically Snapchat, gave her whereabouts away and gave the robbers a perfect window of opportunity.
I was Snapchatting that I was home and that everyone was going out. So I think they knew Pascal was out with Courtney and that I was there by myself. They had to have known we were leaving that day. They had this window of opportunity and just went for it.
This is crazy, and I cannot wait to see all the details unfold this Sunday on the show.
I know. It's really scary, but I said barely, Rylan, because I feel like I'm not even a famous person, and sometimes I'm paranoid of Snapchatting when I'm there. And like, you know, you can use a filter and it'll say like you're in LA or you're here and there. Imagine being Kim Kardashian and you're Snapchatting very iconic buildings or streets where people are very familiar with the area. I mean, it's a giveaway. Like, they'll know where you are, and it's super dangerous.
And I think she's really taken that to heart because she hasn't been as active on social media, so I think she's kind of reevaluating how she presents herself to the world, which I think is very smart.
Right, and even though it was a terrible situation, I'm glad somebody's shining light on this issue of like, don't always post where you are, because no matter if you're famous or not famous, it could be dangerous. So
Or
be
maybe
careful.
post where you were from
Later.
like 2 days ago, after you had already left. Lesson learned.
And speaking of social media, Justin Bieber gave us quite the laugh this morning or last night. I don't even know when he uploaded this video of him yelling at the Paps, but while these TV reporters were thinking that he was yelling things at them, he was actually doing impressions of Summer Heights High.
Welcome to the Sunshine Coast, yeah?
I said, "Fuck you, miss." There's a difference between bullying him and joking around. I was joking around. Sorry, Ben. Motherfucker. Sorry, Ranger. I was doing it for fun. He just didn't get that it was fun.
Okay, so I do think he was actually flipping off the paparazzi and saying F you, saying no, I don't want you to take photos, and then afterwards he was poking fun at Summer Heights High via his response to these people through a video he posted to his social media accounts.
And Justin was so impressed with his impressions himself that he uploaded the video, and as we already saw it on Instagram, everyone's been commenting. Justin seems to have some time on his hands down under while on his Purpose tour. It's nice to see he's making light of the unwanted attention and having some fun. So, I mean, I guess that's what you do when paparazzi are creeping at you at Richard Branson's mansion, right?
Yeah, after you tell your fans that they sucked yesterday.
I know, that was kind of mean, but you know what? It is what it is. It's Justin Bieber. He keeps surprising us all. And what can we do?
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's a wrap on today's Dur. But honestly, I want to know, do you guys like to receive music in bits and pieces throughout like an entire year? Or do you want the whole Katy Perry album now?
I'm fine with releasing singles before the album, but then I want a full album, you know? I also want to know if you would potentially leave Spotify for Taylor Swift's new streaming
Would
service.
you? Because I know you're a big
No,
Spotify
I
fan.
love Spotify. I also love Taylor Swift, and I still am not over Taylor Swift's music and not being on Spotify. Even though I have bought all of her albums, I like all my music in the same place.
I would take the guitar class. But let us know in the comment section below or tweet us at VivianFabiolaV and
I'm at Ryland_Adams. We love you so much. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
click left to see Kylie get slammed for mailing out empty Kylighters.
Or right to see Fifth Harmony getting hacked by an ISIS protester.